Okay, good morning, everyone. I have been requested to show the finished product from the pour we did the other day. And as you can see, it's still sitting here on the lid. Now, it's already loose, but if you notice, it's super smooth. It's very thin and very flexible. And it has been sitting out for 2 days. So it did not get hard or anything sitting on this lid. So what I normally do is, because this stuff dries fast, I'm going to prep my nails with Celerity Factory Reset. You can find this on Polish Pickup, first weekend of every month, and just do a quick base. And I probably should have done this beforehand, but I forgot. And again, I'm not being very neat, and as you can see, these are my natural nails. Okay, and that's about all we need for that. This will dry very quickly. Now you can see I use it a lot. This was a lovely scent. It is scented. So then the next thing I do is I go back and I use Orly Bonder. I'm going to put a simple one light coat on top of this. Just very lightly. We're not attaching anything yet. I found that 2 thin coats work better. And so while that gets a little tacky, what I have here in front of me, this is stuff anybody can use. I have a simple orange stick. Everybody can get these. They're very easy. Okay, I have Onyx Professional Remover. This is one of the ones that's reusable. This is a cheap $1 brush by e.l.f. Available at Walmart, your local grocery stores. This one you can see is my clean one for doing this and final cleanups. And they're very nice to use. Your whole finger, it's nice and tight. It just fits in there. I have a pair of scissors and a pair of tweezers. And off to the side, I have a pump I got at Walmart, and I just keep refilling it with standard acetone. Now that this is a little tacky, I'm a little different, and I do mine that I get difficult. I also have this, which I believe is a cuticle cutter, and I bought a whole set for like $5 on Amazon with nippers and everything. But there are several ways people do this, and I'm a little bit more difficult than others because I like trying to match the edge of one nail to the edge of the next nail. So let's just trim off the pieces we're not going to use, because we're obviously not going to use these little edges here. So we don't need those. We might use those later for a patch, but for right now we don't need them. So what I'm going to try and do is get all of my nails, and I'm not doing my thumb because she broke, with this pattern right here. Now some people will cut it or cut pieces, and I'm difficult, so I typically don't do that. Now I'm going to take this and make this wet again with a light coat of the Orly Bonder. I actually take the whole thing and line up where I want as close to my cuticle as possible, and just use the heat from my fingers to get that to stick. Now it's going to move a little bit, but apply some pressure, and you can see it's forming to the nail real well. And this does have a little bit of a sharp edge to it. I know it's difficult to see because I need the pressure, but just cut around the edge all the way around the side. This has a little bit of a sharpness to it, so if you do use one of these, please be careful. And you can see it peels off real nice. And now, because my nails are already a little sharp, if I press this along the edge here, it usually just breaks loose right on the edge. I said usually. And you can see we made a little bit of a mistake here. A little bit of a mistake there. Now the beautiful thing about doing this is if I take my bonder, because I knew I was going to make a mistake, because Lord knows nothing ever goes right when I try and do it to show someone else. Just take this piece, use your tweezers. I'm going to use my needle nose, and gently move this piece back up where it was, and use your fingers again to reapply that. Now this is where I'm going to use my scissors because I want it to stick. Just be careful not to cut your nail. This is so hard to do in front of a cell phone, because you don't want to dislodge that piece. Trust me, you won't see it when you're done. Okay? See? All fixed. If my camera would focus, we'd be okay. But you can see that there's no more piece missing. And I can do the same thing here on this edge. And I'm just going to use that little piece I had that I took off from the other side. And just trim that edge. Maybe. This is where your acetone comes in handy. You're going to use the acetone to clean up your cuticle and melt the edge where it belongs. You'll notice I'm wiping that on the paper towel before I put it in the acetone. That's to keep my acetone clean. And then just melt your free edge here also. Okay? Can you see how that looks? Alright. Now again, the reason I do it that way is that I will take the free edge. Now this nail has a repair, so I have to be extra careful. I'll take the free edge that I just used on that nail and line it up with the edge of my other nail, so it's more like a continuous design. And now, since some people don't have access to the metal tools, you can use an orange stick and gently rub until you break through that edge. See, it'll slowly start to pop through. Now again, you can dip it in acetone to melt it a little bit. But what I found happens is that it sticks too much and you don't get a clean edge. And then again, since my nails are kind of long and sharp, if I just rub, I can take my little scissors here, flip her over, and get a clean cut. Well, mostly clean cut. It ain't got to be perfect because we're going to clean up that edge anyway. My free edge does not want to stay down. Okay. And again, just take your acetone and clean it up, melt it. I'm going to go back to my metal tool here. And try and clean some of this up without the acetone, because I know that's boring. Your other option is to figure out about how big your nail is and to cut the decal before you apply it, which does make it easier to work with. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to do this to make it a little bit easier and hopefully a little bit faster. But again, if you apply a nice thin coat of Bonder, try and line up that free edge. It also allows you to have less cleanup and you get more use out of all your decals. And the nice thing is with the Bonder, while it's still wet, you kind of slide it around a little bit. Sorry, my camera slipped. Now I'm going to use my metal. Just your heat will, attach it to your nail. The only bad thing is, because it's still wet, it tends to slide when you go to cut it. And again, if you're using something with a blade, please be careful. It really does suck when you end up cutting yourself. Okay. And the other method people use, and I don't like this because it tends to shrink it, is they'll take their acetone and they'll kind of melt this edge to get that piece to come off. I really do apologize for my camera work. I tried something new here and it didn't work. And also, I don't think it's very clean. So I usually prefer to cut it if I can. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here, get my other one on, get it cleaned up, and then we'll go back with a finished look and add some gems. Okay, we're back. What I've done is I've cleaned everything up, as you can see, I hope. I applied one coat of KB Shimmer clearly on top. This is the Free and Clear. Sorry, it's a little hard to see. And so what we're going to do is I'm just going to add a few gems, and then hopefully, and I do mean hopefully, everything will work out. I always start with my accent nail because I'm weird. But you just need a couple of gems here. I think I got these on AliExpress. They're like not really expensive at all. A little wax pencil. And when the gems cooperate, it's very easy to just place them on there. I think this will look nice when we're done. I hope. Like I said, I hope. These clear ones are so hard to work with because you can't tell which way they're facing until you go to put them on and it's the wrong way, like that one. Damn it. And I have stuff stuck everywhere. No, come off. Thank you. Try that again, shall we? There we go. That's it. Give it a little bit of extra sparkle, a little bit more protection with the top coat. I'm only going to put one on the other nails. One, because the gems bug the living daylights out of me. And two, because it's such a pain in the butt to get these things to face up the right way. I mean, it is clearly impossible because they're clear. I just think it adds a little bit of fun. It's not really necessary. They're impossible. I mean, really impossible. Don't forget to cap your tips. I am so sorry this video ran so long. But I promise I will try and make these shorter in the future if I continue to do videos. I've only done these because I was politely asked by some people on one of our wonderful Facebook groups called, I believe it was Nail Art Designs. So now that we're done, I usually finish off with a cuticle oil. Now while it's still wet, I won't do that because Lord knows I have bad luck. But there's your finished design. And the cuticle oil I usually use, if I'm not mistaken, I got from a buy box. And I believe it's KN1. The stuff smells incredible. This was a special buy box. I do have other cuticle oils, again, available for polish pickup. Cuticle Be Gone Potion. It smells like chocolate chip cookies. I have other ones, I believe, from Northern Star. Yes, Northern Star. And these have scents like cake batter, waffle cone, and chocolate shake. And they come in these nice little roller bottles. So these are available from Polish Pickup. The scents change every month. I'm not sure who has what this month, but if you go to polishpickup.com and you can start wishlisting and filling up your cart, the shop opens up tomorrow morning, I believe, at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So again, thank you for watching. I apologize for my horrible camera work and running overtime, and dropping the camera several times. So thank you again and have a wonderful day.